If you guys are looking for any cheap and reliable coins, check out MMOPO.com. Use the code PINGU at checkout to get 8% off. You guys, welcome to Season 3, Episode number 12 of the Derby Code Live, and to start off this episode, we do have the FA Cup game against Harrogate Town. Might have to put a bit of a stronger team out for this game, just so we can get over the line and get through to the next round, because, yeah, we drew in the last game. Somehow, their keeper just had the game of their life, but it was good to see that we got the 3 points in the Premier League. Obviously, that one goal advantage that Man United do take. I don't think away goals work the way they do in the Champions League. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see what the team does look like at the end of the January transfer window. At the minute, we have exactly £0. We sold Ramsdale and we sold the Bulgarian winger, but the money never came to us. So we literally had 25 million. So I'm a little bit annoyed at the game, but that's FIFA for you. It's a little bit broken. But obviously with the money that we did have, we did manage to literally squeeze Nico Tagliafico over the line. A much better defender than Maxwell, obviously 5 ratings higher, and the defensive awareness is the main difference between the two. You know, there's a ridiculous amount there, 16 difference, and yeah, I think it'll just make that all the difference basically defensively on that left hand side. One thing I might be tempted to do, I don't know, I think we'll keep it how it is for the time being, but if I don't know if we're going to be able to sell anyone and make any more signings in this transfer window. Obviously we signed up the youth academy players to potentially get, you know, a few million. Adam Ida's a potential one we could sell. I don't know, we'll try him in this episode and see how he plays. But other than that, there's only really Fosu Mensah and Damari Gray that we can actually sell. So there's not really that much. There is obviously Cabral as well, and that's it. That's literally all we can sell. And even Cabral probably wouldn't be that interested in selling, because on strict negotiations it just seems way more difficult to get what you need basically in terms of the finances. Like I want to get a good 20 million over his value, but the game won't really allow that. So yeah, next game is against Harrogate Town, of course, in the FA Cup. I might be tempted to try Tagliafico, to be honest, just to get his match sharpness up, because he's only got 50. Switch the fullbacks, of course, and put Fosu Mensah at the right. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see how we do with him, of course. He's 30 years old. I'm not too sure when his birthday is, but some good traits on him. And yeah, hopefully we can get the win in this game, because obviously we struggled in the last episode. We will actually go for Ida from the start just to see how he does. Obviously he's 6 foot tall, I think. Yeah, 6'3". He's massive, so obviously that big focal point at the top. Hopefully we can get the win. Here we are then against Harrogate Town. It is a bit of a rainy game, and I don't know, we might not be up for these kind of circumstances, but what I've done is put Maxwell on the bench, so I think once we get to like the 60th minute we will take off Tagliafico. 50 match sharpness is still pretty decent, but obviously I want to get it towards you know, the 80 mark. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see how we do. Of course there is Ida up front, just to see how he does. You could debate that Ida's like a new signing in this season if you really think about it, and I think it'll be an interesting one just to see how he does in comparison to Danny Ings. Of course, they're both very good, but whether we can get that bit of growth just to get Ida's shot up, we'll have to wait and see. I don't know why, but Tagliafico just looks really... I know he's not got a player face, but like his tucked in shirt and everything just makes him look really like a default player. Damari Gray is in the box here. Can he fire it across to Ida, but blocked by the defender? Let's attack the offer. They are in the box, trying to stop the attack. Save from the keeper. Fosu Mensah just about clears it, and that should be the half-time whistle there. And again, it's just I don't know if it's because of the way the sliders work, because obviously a team at the top of we find it easy at the top of the table. So when you come against more difficult teams, where you find the issues, and I just don't know. I don't know why the mechanics work that way, that make the worse teams better and the better teams worse. So some people like say that like certain fixtures in this career mode, like the results that have happened are kind of unrealistic, but I can't really do anything. It's literally the mechanics. Just I don't know. It's just super difficult to try and make this realistic as possible. But You know, if we played Harrogate Town every week, I think I'd probably struggle, but for some reason, they're just really, really good. And the only thing I can think of is because they're like so low rated, to make them ultimate difficulty, obviously the sliders just have to be so much higher. And that's the only thing I can really think of. On the edge of the box here with Martin. Got to be careful not to concede, because once we do concede, it just makes things 10 times harder. But they have just... It's like, I don't know, it's like playing Barcelona. That's what it feels like. Like, look at this pass from Beck here. Backheels it to Martin. This is Harrogate Town. We have just made a triple substitution, bringing on Danny Ings, Lawrence, and Max Lowe at left backs. Hopefully, Tagliafico is fit for the Blackburn game, but it's just a bit weird that I'm finding it so difficult against a League Two team, but Premier League teams, like, I find it relatively much easier. They haven't obviously absolutely smashed us like some teams like Liverpool and City, but I'd call them like, I don't know, like a... not even an Everton quality, because we kind of make it easy, but it's like a top 7 Premier League team. That's what it feels like. Ings has gone around the defender there. Can he get the finish though? That is a weight. That is a weight off my shoulders. Danny Ings with the goal there, just showing his bit of quality with the finish, and lovely celebration. But as I was saying, like, Harrogate feel like a top 7 Premier League team, but they're not. They're a League 2 team, probably towards the bottom. I don't know what actually happens with League 2, because obviously the teams that get relegated, there's no non-league team to go up, so I guess it just keeps the last 24 all together. I've never really thought that in terms of FIFA, but yeah, hopefully we can get into the lead. Can we get the goal to put us into the lead? Try and pull it back for Tom Lawrence with the shot now, but blocked by the defender. Saved by the keeper. Danny Ings with the shot, and it is blocked off the line, but I think Gray was offside anyway, but just shows how unbelievably good at defending they are. Harrogate on the attack here, slipped it into Beck, and he scored. Like, this is hurting my head, this game. A little part of me just wants us to lose this game, because then we don't have to do the FA Cup. We went all the way to the final last year and ended up losing it, and I don't know, it just seems like it's a bit of a hangover in the FA Cup, because I don't know, I can't even explain why Harrogate is so good, but they are, and I'm just finding it neon impossible to get opportunities, and when they get opportunities they just seem to score them all. Chance here for Ings. Can I slip him in? Can he get that finish to make it 2-2? With the shot and with the goal we do. I think this goes to extra time, doesn't it? Because it's a replay. I just don't know if I can do another 30 minutes against Harrogate, but we've gone to like 4-on-2-on-2 with Knight holding and literally throwing everything I can at Harrogate, and obviously defensively it's not made us that solid, but we have got a couple of goals to make it 2-2. There's full time against Harrogate. I guess we're going to extra time, and I don't know, I'm a bit amazed why we've not just won this game at this point, but we haven't, and they've done very well indeed. As you can see, fitness wise is a bit of a issue, but I think we should have a third sub. Yeah, we do actually, so I could bring on a Felipe, because there's not really much of a point in a Hutchinson, or actually I could go back to the 4-2-3-1 and bring on Hutchinson, I think. Chance here for the final throw of the dice. Can I get it through for Jason Knight? Ah, he's just got it off me, and I think that is going to be full time against Harrogate Town, and we're going to have to take this game to penalties, and it's just unbelievable. Like, it's like playing, just look at the penalties, like, quality. Like, if we lose this, I'm going to be absolutely fuming. And we don't really have the best penalty takers in the world, to be frankly honest. But we're going to just have to do the best we can and hopefully go through. Hopefully Van der Voort has an absolute game of his life. First penalty goes to the right. They seem to favour that side for sure, but the problem is me scoring penalties against the computer is just the next difficulty. We have just managed to do that though with Danny Ings. Now it is for Kirby. Can he score the penalty to make it 1-1? He can indeed, but if we can score this penalty we do go into the lead, so it would be nice for Harrison to find that. Oh, I've just missed it. That is a terrible miss. I'm going to go for the same direction. They've gone down the middle though this time, and it is all square, I think, if we score this penalty. We'll go for the bottom right, I guess, and hopefully There we go. Super, like, it's such a flip of a coin, penalties are. But we need to save one now. We have done it, there we go. Can we get into the lead finally with Damari Gray? Gonna go down the middle. Oh, just about. So lucky that the penalties are just so random. But Thompson here, if he does score, keeps it open. But he has scored it. If we score this one though, I think we win. It's Isaac Hutchinson, the player that we did sign from League 2, and he has scored the goal to make it 4-3, and I'm amazed. He might be League 1, but he's from the lower leagues, and he's barely played for us, but he's won the game with the final kick from the spot, and I must say it is really unfortunate from Harrogate Town, because they did brilliantly, and maybe deserved to go through, but I don't know, this game is just such a mind of pain sometimes. This game is, like, they did ridiculously well. Obviously Danny Ings with a couple of goals for us, but their 2 goals were just really, really solid, and on another day they probably would have won it. So we do get 150,000 for going through the next round of the FA Cup. Whether we get that money or not, I don't know. No, we haven't, so I don't know why. Maybe we didn't get the Champions League money, but I'm sure you get the Champions League money for going through to the knockout stages, so I don't quite understand what the issue with our money is. Next game is against Blackburn. I'm not too sure what's happened there with the font. Like the 20th and the B right next to each other just looks a little bit weird, but they are bottom of the table. But as I said, the teams at the bottom are just more difficult than the ones at the top, so this game might be a loss, especially away from home. But we have got a fully fit first team, so hopefully with a win we can stay in that top 4. As you can see now, it's just looking a much more stronger team. Obviously Tagliafico getting that match sharpness in the last game gets them up to 61, and yeah, all in all, I think we'll get to a situation where we won't need the second team. Here we are then for the game against Blackburn. It is a snowy game, and yeah, slight issue with the kits. I think they've got blue and we've got blue and white, and we've got a blue kit. But looking at their team, they are bottom of the table with Kaminsky in goal, Bell, Linehan and Williams, then Niambe, Travis, Bradley Dack and Gaetano, then Chapman, Dolan and Ben Barretton up front. It's a very championship quality team, so we should very easily walk this game with our quality of our side. Of course, now it just looks much more higher quality. I might be tempted to switch Bakayoko and Knight at some point once Knight does hit 82 rated. Cabral into Mount. Can he get through this Blackburn defence? Have been caught sleeping and nobody has dropped back with the defensive line, but saved by Kaminsky. There's things like that where the player should be shooting on his strong foot, and that's a goal. Bit of 1-2 action here with Mount and Cabral. He's just trying to open up this Blackburn defence to find the opening. Josrek in the box now with the shot and with the goal. We do find the breakthrough with 10 minutes to go to half time, and the Polish international does get us into the lead. A really good season from him this year. I think last year, obviously coming into the Premier League, a bit of a jump up, and took him a bit of time to acclimatise, but yeah, Max Bird, nice turn there. That was one option we were looking at, was myself anyway, someone did comment it in the video, playing Max Bird at left back. The only issue I had with that was a couple of things. Is basically he's not the fastest, he's only got about 72 pace, which for a fullback isn't exactly great, and I really like him in the middle anyway. Where's his agility? And his agility at 70 just isn't that good, whereas, you know, 77 for... You need like at least 80 ideally, but obviously we haven't quite got that because of the financial situation. But yeah, I just felt he's an option at left back for sure. But I just think I'd have rather got a proper left back than convert Bird there. But I do like that option this year. But yeah, just keeping him in the middle and keeping him playing is what we'll do. Chance here for Mount. Can I get him through? Just trying to get it into a goal scoring opportunity. With the shot now and with the goal, we do extend our lead to 2 to end off the first half and to get Mason Mount a nice goal on his weaker foot. I think it's a fun little signing we made. Of course, there may have been better attacking midfielders that we could have got, but I think he's, you know, obviously one of the best in the world at the minute with 5 goals this season. Obviously Vazquez and Vazquez and Cabral last season were just unbelievable, and it's kind of a shame that Vazquez is, you know, he got pretty much to the end of his usability because of his age, but yeah, Yeah, obviously Mount's still only like 24 on the game. How old is he? Let's have a look. Yeah, 24. Like still might hit like 90 potential quite easily. The only thing I need to get up in him is probably that finishing at only 80. Yeah, I think just getting his shooting ability up will definitely help him. So Bayern Munich just improved their team ever so more by signing Saul, and it's going to be a couple of episodes still until we play that Champions League game, but I don't know. I just don't feel that confident at all, but you never know. We may just play absolutely wonderfully and get the win away from home and get through to the next round. But there we go. Cabral does wrap up this game, and I think at this point we will look to rest players for that next game against Liverpool, I believe. We'll get, the likes of these lot on, maybe even rest up Bakayoko, and bring on probably Jason Knight. Lawrence with the ball here, chance to go through the Blackburn defence with his pace. Hopefully we can make it 4-0 just for goal difference purposes, and there we go. We do get that extra goal, and as we are so high in the table, obviously at the end it may come down to goal difference whether we, maybe win the title or not. So if you're gonna get goals in these kind of games, then it will help out a lot. There we go, full time against Blackburn. It is a 4-0 victory away from home. I'm not too sure if we got a first clean sheet against Blackburn, to be honest. I think we've only got a couple this season. But Mason Mount, Kamil Jozwiak and Cabral and Lawrence with the goals to make the difference and to get the 3 points, of course, on this snowy day. And yeah, be interested to see where we do go in the table now with the next game against Liverpool. Can we potentially move into the top 2? We have indeed. And Manchester City have dropped points. Manchester City lost their last game. I'm not too sure who did Man City just play then to lose those. So Sheffield United beat Manchester City to, knock them off their stride. And now, if we win our next game against Liverpool, we can go top of the table. The only issue about that is if I look into December, at the start of December, we lost 5-0 at home against Liverpool. So I'm not the confidence, not the world of confidence that we can really do anything in this game. We have avoided relegation now with 50 points, so on that side of things we're doing well. Well. This will be very interesting to see. As you can see, Liverpool are offering below the amount, and I think I'm going to look for at least 100 million, realistically. I think I'll go in with 110. I'll even go 115, actually. I'll go to 115, and we'll see. Can we get some money? Whether the game will give us the money or not, we'll have to wait and see as well. But they've gone in with 68 million. Can we get 115? The thing says up to 117, so there's no real reason why we can't get that amount, and there we go. It's just weird because he's one of the best strikers on the game now, and teams are offering just way below what he's worth. So I'm not 100% sure. Bayern Munich are looking to get another one of our players. We will reject that because I just don't think they're going to pay us anything. They're just not going to give us any money. We do have a few scout reports here for Bellingham at 75 rated. I guess he's alright, but I just don't think he's going to be signed on this career mode. I really like the look of this guy. Not the strongest. Okay defending. Probably not that good, to be honest, actually. It's good defensive awareness, but tackling-wise, pretty poor. So yeah, I think we could have maybe signed this guy, but even then he's not that much of an improvement on Max Lowe, and I don't think we were able to anyway, because he was too valuable to the club we were looking at. So Manchester City have replied and won that last game, so now they move up to second, but we do have a game in hand, so if we do win against Liverpool, we go top of the table. Can we do it? That'll be another answer. Here we are then at Anfield against Liverpool, probably the biggest game of the season in terms of the Premier League, because if we do win this game, we can go top of the table. And yeah, it'll be interesting to see whether we can do that or not. They have made the signing of Nico Barella from Inter Milan, so a little bit of help that we could have done in the Champions League just to get that top position. I'll still never forget about that. But Alisson in goal, Robertson, Van Dijk. Mesterez was really good in that last game that we only played a month ago. Trent, and then a midfield three of Fabinho, Henderson, Barella, then a front three of Mane, Salah and Firmino. It's a very good team Liverpool have, and we have actually had a bit of growth to Jason Knight, and it's getting to that point where you know, Bakayoko's not going to grow anymore. And if you compare the two, obviously Knight's got better passing, dribbling and pace, but I think the defending side of Bakayoko is what's keeping him in the team. It's not much strength, there's only 6 strength between the two. But I just need that defensive awareness of 62 to go towards the 70 mark. I think the second it goes over 65, then definitely Knight will go into the first team. Ball through for Salah. It's just nothing you can do. Like, we block the pass and it still manages to trickle through. I think that's Bakayoko. I think it went through its legs, to be honest. Not great from him. And Mo Salah does get the first goal in this game to make things much more difficult for us, as always. And I don't know. I just don't. I take a point, of course. At this point, we're losing already. But Liverpool are just one of those teams. Like, Liverpool and City are just the two teams that I just don't think I can really win against unless it's like a Carabao Cup. And obviously then the difficulty of the game is different. We have got a chance here with Cabral. Can he go around Virgil van Dijk with the shot into the back of the net? Liverpool were looking at him. We asked for it. They could have had him. They could have had him for 115 million, and that goal wouldn't have gone in because we wouldn't have got a striker in time. But yeah, really nice goal from Cabral. Not too sure why Van Dijk didn't stop it, and I don't know why Alisson led it in, to be honest. But 14 goals this season for the Brazilian, and yeah, I've never seen him in. I've never heard of him before this year's career mode, and I can't remember where we got him from, really. Like, I don't know where the idea of going for Arthur Cabral came from. I don't know if one of you guys suggested him or he was just there and we kind of got lucky, because yeah, he's been really, really good for us, of course. Salah out wide here, back to the centre back for some reason, but it just shows how fluid this Liverpool team is at passing. Fabinho holding the ball off. Now into Firmino, cross to Barella, a little bit more of an attacking midfielder. I just don't know how I don't know how to stop those shots. Like, that is a ridiculously powerful shot from Bobby Firmino to get him back into the lead. But it's been a slightly open game. There's definitely a chance for us in this game, but we have to stop things like that from going in and try and get ourselves back into the game now. Chance here for Cabral. Can he get on the end of this ball and get us the goal to make it level with the goal? And there we go. We do start this half really, really well. Arthur Cabral with the absolute wonderful goal to get us back level. As I said, I wouldn't mind a point at Anfield, especially after losing, I think it was 5-0 in the other game just a month ago. But yeah, really, really good finisher of the ball, I must say. Like, it's just about creating the chances for Cabral, and I'm almost tempted to sell Adam Ida in order to get a really good right mid, because Chukwueze is good and will be good in in about 6 months' time. But I just don't have the time to wait 6 months. If we're gonna potentially win something this season, either a Premier League or a Champions League, kind of need to make the team wonderful now. But I've got the chance here through the middle. Can he hold off Van Dijk? Saved by Alisson though. It's into Salah. Oh, great interception from Jason Knight. And now Lema can use his pace down this right hand side. There's not really anybody there at the minute. We do actually have Bristol City in the FA Cup 4th round, so that's good to see. It's well, I say a relatively easy game, but we'll have to see when we get into it. Chance here for Bird to put it into Mount. It's into Chukwueze. Can he get the goal with his right foot? And there we go. We do go into the lead against Liverpool. And this game is like, it's like playing against Harrogate Town. That's what it feels like, this game. We're winning the game, but it's been a real struggle. And Chukwueze does get the goal to get us into the lead. Really nice ball from Bird to fire it into the front two, and then Chukwueze on his weaker foot. And I think that development plan of just increasing that shot powers made that goal happen, basically. If this was at the start of the season, that doesn't happen. And yeah, we're in a bit of a funny situation because we've got a couple of substitutions to make. I'm just debating what we actually bring on. And it might be a case of just using these subs just to kill time at the end of the game. I might get Harrison on though for Joswiak with a bit low fitness, but we'll give it another 5 minutes. Oh no. Oh no. Just seen something bad with Chukwueze, and don't know where Tagliafico's just gone. But Salah's running at us. Goes past Bielik, put it across to Mane. all because of an injury. I think we're going to have to make a substitution now. But I don't know what was Tagliafico doing. I don't know if I was controlling Tagliafico. But yeah, he was all the way down it. Because the injury to Chukwueze here. And then that there. What was he doing there? He's running with Salah and then just runs off. Now we need to make a substitution because he's gone. I guess we'll get Harrison on. I wanted injuries, but I don't know. At the same time, I don't want injuries. But we just haven't had any injuries throughout this career mode. But hopefully it's not a bad one. Hopefully it's only for a week or two. So yeah, we'll get Harrison on now. And as I said, I wouldn't mind a point against Liverpool. But it's a bit of a shame that that goal did lead from the injury to Chukwueze. Last chance here to get 3 points. It's out to Kamil Jozwiak. Can he score the goal to make it 4-3? Yes, he can, and we have nicked all 3 points at Anfield. What a goal for the Polish international, and we go top of the table. We're top of the league, I think. Hopefully, we'll have to have a look after this game. I think we are. Really depends on what Manchester City are up to, but maybe we focus on the Premier League. With this kind of win, I think we dropped points against like Southampton, didn't we, in the couple of episodes ago when after that Champions League game, and I think that those 3 points should have been secured. But there are still 2 minutes left in this game. There's full time against Liverpool. We do get the 3 points at Anfield, and that makes up all the world of those massive loss in the first game against Liverpool. Really nice goal from Cabral to kick off the game, and you know the first goal was just absolutely critical. Well, Liverpool got it, didn't they? Well, it's important to get a goal early on anyway. We somehow won the game. I don't know how, but yeah, 3 shots for Liverpool on target and 3 goals, and it just, when they shoot on ultimate difficulty, it's like they have 99 shot power and the keeper's irrelevant. Like, in a way, the goalkeeper just doesn't save anything, but obviously he does. Let's have a look and see what the length of the injury to Chukwueze is. There is a loan offer there, and it is going to be... What? Nah, this game just doesn't want me to do well. 7 months. That is... I know I've turned the frequency up, but I didn't expect... Oh, that's just not what I wanted. And now he's out until the end of the season. It's like with Fernandinho last season. It happened at pretty much the same time. And that is just a kick in the gonads, if there ever is one, because now he's just not ever going to be involved. So I've got I think I'm just going to turn this down because I just don't want big injuries. Basically, I want injuries, but like 1 or 2 week injuries, not 7 months like out to the end of the season. So we'll put that up to 66, and I just don't want that to happen basically, but maybe it would have happened anyway. But we do have a transfer offer from Leicester City. Even though they released him, they want him back. And I think we will go into this because now we need a new right midfielder. So we'll go into negotiations with Leicester. We can't really negotiate too much because he's transfer listed, so it's only a couple of million. But I don't know if there's any Leicester players that I could potentially look at as a winger. They've got Harvey Barnes. Buendia's only just signed. It's only really Harvey Barnes that we could get, and he's probably, he's too much really. So we'll go probably up to 30 million on the dot. I think they've done quite well already, Leicester, increasing it by 2.5 million. So if they can give us 30 on the dot, and there we go. That's good to see. So there's, we get the injury to Chukwueze, but I guess we get a bit of money with Gray, but I'm just super annoyed. We do get a bit of development here as well to Lena, so we can move him to a right wing back now. I don't know if it'll take us... It's still another 23 weeks, so it's just worth keeping him at right wing back. I'm just hoping that he can still play in those central positions as well. We'll go him on a defensive role just to get those defending stats up, of course, but yeah, now that he gets into that right back position, he won't be of an issue, and he can get that +5 boost yeah, he can still play. That's really good. I'm really glad that that's worked out the way it has. It's just a bit weird that he had like the exclamation mark, even though he can play there. But nevertheless, can we sell Chukwueze? When did we get him? It was the start of this season, wasn't it? So there's not a chance we can sell him and kind of cash out because he's injured. I don't think so anyway. I'm pretty sure we signed him at the start of this season. Yeah. Now we could loan list him and that will get his wages off the bill. And that might be a shout because 35 grand is quite a bit. So let's loan list him. Hope we get those wages off, and then we can potentially bring in a winger until the end of the season. Harrison's okay for a couple of games, but I'd like a much better winger if that grade deal does go through. We do have a number of options on the transfer list already. It's just a question of who we can actually afford. It might be a shout of someone like, where was he? Riyad Mahrez. I don't know if we'll be able to afford him or not. Still okay pace, very good finishing, of course. But we need somebody around the 30 million mark, basically. I don't know if we could get like a loan. I just wish there was like approach to loan, and then I'd buy him at the end of the season. But I don't think there is. Like Saka would be lovely at this point. But I just don't think we can do a loan to buy on any of these particular players. So yeah, we do have the options on here. It's just a question of which ones we can actually afford or not. Someone I did see was actually quite cheap. I don't know if we could get like someone like a Morgan Gibbs White or a Grady Dean Garner. We could probably we can afford them. It's just whether we purchase them or not. And Buemo's another one we could potentially look at. With 83 finishing, it might be a shout to go for him. I don't know how he's only 78 rated, to be honest. Yeah, I think once we sell Gray's a good player, but he's kind of hit his absolute maximum, and I like to, you know, rotate the wingers and stuff like that just to freshen things up. I've also got like a Mati Pereira might be a shout actually. Has he got like 11 months left in his contract? Because his value is pretty much the same. The asking price is the same as his value. So yeah, I think Matthias Pereira might be the play because he's cheaper than Gray and still can grow. So yeah, there's definitely a number of options we've got on this list. I think Delafeu is actually another one as well that we could potentially look at. I think a really good winger. Would slot in straight away and do a good job. But I think one thing I might look to do, I don't know if it's worth doing, to be honest. It's probably not worth doing actually. If we're going to sell Gray, is probably move Lawrence out wide. But you can play there anyway, so it's not too much of a concern anyway. So I think we'll just keep things how they are with Harrison in the starting line. Obviously, it would just give a chance. He's been okay, Chukwueze, but it's just as... I don't know. Was it worth losing him for those 3 points against Liverpool? Maybe, because now we should be top of the table. So he's like the sacrificial lamb, you know. He's got us to the top, and that was the sacrifice we had to make. I just don't know how we're top of the Premier League with 5 losses, to be honest. Obviously, a lot of our draws turned into wins. But yeah, next game is against Bristol City in the next episode. Then we got Man United, which I might just let go now. I might just let go of the Carabao Cup because we are top of the Prem. So we'll play our... I might be tempted to play first team against Bristol, second team against Man United, then first team against Newcastle. And we don't... We've got Man United away, Chelsea away, Manchester City at home. That last game of the season might decide the Premier League, and that's the crazy thing. You know, there's not that... Spurs and Man United and Chelsea, the rest are pretty much guaranteed wins, in my opinion, but you never know. It's been a very, very eventful episode, and I'm very, very happy with the with the fact that we've got an offer for Gray, because now we can look to invest that in somebody else. I think 30 million's a good price for him. You know, he's 27 now. How old is he? 26? 26 still, so he's still youngish. Same like, I don't know. It's just one of those where I like to rotate the players that we do have in the team on a quite quick basis. And obviously, if we do get an offer for Chukwueze to loan him out, obviously that's another 35 grand we could maybe use in a loan offer. So hopefully, guys, did enjoy this episode. It's a bit of a crazy one. Obviously, we got pretty much all 3 wins in this episode against Harrogate, Blackburn and Liverpool, so that's good to see. Hopefully we can put that into the next episode against Bristol City. Maybe we can turn it around against Man United, but I'm not that fussed now that we are top of the Premier League. I'd rather focus on that Newcastle game. But then there's a bit of a break, in fairness, so it'll be nice to just rest the players and get them back. But yeah, it's such a shame that Chukwueze is going to be out until the end of the season. But we have moved the injury slider to 28 now, so I might just go 25, because I don't want those injuries, because they're just completely dead and not going to be usable for this season. Whereas an injury like I don't know, just a 2-week or a 3-week, that's fine. But anything over a month, it's just super boring, because it just kills the fun of the game. I like injuries, but not massively out until the end of the season injuries. So yeah, hopefully guys did enjoy this episode. Make sure you do leave a like rating if you did enjoy it, and see you soon. Bye.